Good morning, students. This is Latif sir. In this video, I am going to start the second chapter of class 9 chemistry. The topic is chemical changes and chemical reactions. Chemical changes and reactions. In this chapter, from this chapter, first two topics, that is characteristic of a chemical reactions and conditions of a chemical reaction. These two topics are not given in the syllabus. Characteristic of chemical reaction and conditions for a chemical reaction are excluded from the syllabus. That's why I am starting from this point, types of chemical changes or chemical reactions. There are mainly four types of chemical reactions. One is direct combination, decomposition, displacement and double decomposition. You have to read about these four types of chemical reactions separately. So see, first type of chemical reaction is direct combination, or it is also known as synthesis reaction. So what is a direct combination reaction? A reaction in which two or more substances combine directly to form a single substance. Okay, is known as direct combination reaction. So in direct combination reaction, two or more substances combine together to form a single substance. For example, burning of carbon. That means when carbon reacts with oxygen. Burning of carbon means when carbon reacts with oxygen, carbon dioxide is formed and you will get some heat. Okay, so it is a direct combination reaction. Carbon combine directly with the oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Similarly, when magnesium is burned, that is burning means reaction with oxygen. So magnesium is burned, that is reaction between magnesium and oxygen. Magnesium directly combine with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Okay, so these are some examples of direct combination reaction. Some more examples are given. Reaction between carbon monoxide and oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Okay, reaction between ammonia and hydrochloric acid or hydrogen chloride gas, ammonia gas and hydrogen chloride gas to form a single product, ammonium chloride. And ammonium chloride is a solid product. Okay, and the characteristic of this reaction is that in this reaction, two gaseous substances combine directly to form a single product. Two gaseous substances, that is ammonia and hydrogen chloride gas, combine directly to form solid ammonium chloride. So it is also a direct combination reaction. Okay, now here one experiment is given. Experiment how to perform direct combination reaction. Experiment are not required. You have to remember just the observation that what happened when black lead sulfide is heated in a test tube, or black lead sulfide is heated in a test tube in presence of oxygen. Okay, and the black lead sulfide in presence of oxygen, lead sulfide, when it is heated in presence of oxygen, it will combine with oxygen and forms lead sulfate, white lead sulfate. So the observation is black lead sulfide will be converted into white lead sulfate. You have to remember the observation, that is color change, black lead sulfide to white lead sulfate. Okay, so second type of reaction is decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction, it is just opposite of combination reaction. Okay, in decomposition reaction, breaking up of a compound either into elements or simpler compounds. Okay, and in decomposition reaction, a single compound decomposed to give two or more simpler element or compounds. And decomposition reaction may carried out in presence of light, heat, or in presence of electric current. Okay, and the decomposition reaction that is brought about by heat, the decomposition reaction that is brought about by heat is known as thermal decomposition reaction. That is, if the decomposition reaction is carried out in presence of heat, then it is known as thermal decomposition reaction. Some example of decomposition reactions given here, you can see. When mercuric oxide, that is HgO, mercuric oxide, which is solid, when it is heated, you will get liquid mercury, Hg, and oxygen gas, O2. So it is a thermal decomposition reaction. Okay, and delta is used to signify that heat has caused the reaction. Okay, Second example, when electric current is passed through acidulated water, that is when electric current is passed through water, acidulated water or acid mixed water, you will get hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. So decomposition of water by means of electric current is also is an example of decomposition reaction. Some more examples are also given here. Now see tables. Few tables are given. Thermal decomposition of metal compounds, that is metal hydroxide, metal carbonate. This table showing that which metal hydroxide or which metal carbonate or which metal nitrate are stable to heat and which are not stable to heat. Okay. So first type of metal compound is metal hydroxide. Metal hydroxide, MOH. Okay. So and metal hydroxide and sodium potassium, these are very stable to heat. This hydroxide, that is metal hydroxide of sodium and potassium, that is NaOH, KOH. These are metal hydroxide of sodium and potassium. These are stable to heat. This hydroxide will not decompose on heating. And metal hydroxide of metals such as calcium hydroxide, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, copper. This metal hydroxide on heating will decompose to give respective metal oxide and water vapor. Respective metal oxide and water vapor. For example, when calcium hydroxide is heated, you will get calcium oxide, that is CaO, and water vapor, H2O. Okay. And metals, metal hydroxide such as uh, mercuric hydroxide or silver hydroxide. Okay, that is hydroxide of metal such as mercury and silver. This metal hydroxide on heating, this metal hydroxide will decompose to give respective metals oxygen and water vapor. Okay, so if you heat if you heat silver hydroxide, AgOH, on heating, silver hydroxide will give silver, oxygen and water vapor. Now see metal carbonate. Which metal carbonate are stable to heat? Sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium, these metal hydroxide are very stable to heat. That is, this metal hydroxide, metal carbon. Sorry, this is metal carbonate. Metal carbonate of sodium and potassium. These are very stable and will not decompose on heating. But metal carbonates of metals such as calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, copper, these metal carbonate on heating decompose to give metal oxide and carbon dioxide. Metal oxide and carbon dioxide. For example, if you heat zinc carbonate, what you will get? You will get zinc oxide and carbon dioxide, ZNO and CO2. Okay, so metal hydroxide, hydroxide of it is metal carbonate. Carbonates of metals like calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc. This metal carbonate on heating gives respective metal oxide and carbon dioxide. And carbonate of metals such as mercuric carbonate, silver carbonate, these metals carbonate on heating decompose to give respective metal oxygen and carbon dioxide. For example, if you heat silver carbonate, you will get silver, oxygen and CO2. Now see metal bicarbonate. Metal bicarbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate. Okay, so metal bicarbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate on heating decompose to give metal carbonate, water vapor and carbon dioxide. Metal carbonate, water vapor and carbon dioxide. For example, if you heat sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3, on heating it will decompose to give sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, water, H2O and carbon dioxide. Similarly, if you heat calcium bicarbonate or calcium hydrogen carbonate, you will get calcium carbonate, CaCO3, water and carbon dioxide. Okay. And last, metal nitrate. Nitrate of metals like sodium nitrate, potassium nitrate. These metals on heating they melt and decompose to give metal nitride and oxygen. For example, if you heat potassium nitrate, KNO3, potassium nitrate, on heating it decomposes to give metal nitride, KNO2 and oxygen, O2. Okay. And And nitrite of metals like nitrites of calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, lead, copper, this metal nitride on heating decompose to give metal oxide, respective metal oxide, nitrogen dioxide gas and oxygen gas. Okay, this metal nitrates on heating decompose to give respective metal oxide and nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. For example, if you heat zinc nitrate ZnNO3 or calcium nitrate, you will get respective metal oxide, that is zinc oxide or calcium oxide, and NO2 and O2. Okay, and nitrates of metals like mercury and silver, mercury nitrate and silver nitrate, this metal nitrate on heating gives respective metals nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. For example, if you heat silver nitrate, you will get silver, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. And some more examples of decomposition reactions are given. You have to remember for this reaction you have to remember the observation, that is what happen when if you heat lead nitrate crystal in a test tube. Lead nitrate crystal in a test tube. If you heat lead nitrate crystal in a test tube, you will see that a reddish brown gas is evolved in the test tube due to formation of nitrogen dioxide gas. Okay, and a yellow residue, yellow solid residue, yellow solid residue, that is lead monoxide or lead oxide, is left behind in the test tube. Okay, so what is the observation when you heat lead nitrate in a test tube? You will see due formation of reddish brown gas NO2, nitrogen dioxide gas, and a yellow residue you will get in the test tube after the heating of lead nitrate. And the chemical reaction, you have to remember, the chemical reaction behind this is 2 PbNO3 whole twice lead nitrate arrow 2 PbO, that is lead oxide, plus NO2 4NO2 nitrogen dioxide gas plus O2 gas. Okay, one more example is given, heating of zinc carbonate. It will give zinc oxide and carbon dioxide, and zinc oxide, the product zinc oxide, it is yellow when it is hot and it is white when it is it is cool. Okay, so on heating zinc oxide converted zinc oxide on heating zinc carbonate decomposed to give zinc oxide and carbon dioxide, and due to formation of zinc oxide, which is yellow when it is heated, when it is hot, and it becomes white on cooling. Okay, so observations you have to remember. One more important reaction, heating of orange color ammonium dichromate in a test tube. Ammonium dichromate, that is NH4 whole twice Cr2O7. On heating ammonium dichromate in a test tube, you will get green colored solid due to formation of chromium oxide. If you heat orange colored ammonium dichromate in a test tube, you will get green color chromium oxide, okay, and water vapor and nitrogen gas. So the observation is color change. You have to remember, orange colored ammonium dichromate will be converted into green color chromium oxide, and the other products are water and nitrogen. Okay, similarly if you heat hydrated copper sulfate, which is blue color, hydrated copper sulfate crystal or blue vitriol, you will see that the blue color will be converted into colorless due to formation of anhydrous copper sulfate. The water vapor, 5 water molecule, water of crystallization, will remove from copper sulfate crystal, and the hydrated copper sulfate crystal will be converted into anhydrous salt, and the color will be converted into blue to colorless. Okay, now if you again add some few drops of water into the colorless anhydrous copper sulfate salt, then you will see that the color of the copper sulfate become blue due to formation of hydrated salt. Okay, that is the anhydrous copper sulfate, which is colorless. If you add water, a few drops of water in the test tube, then after some time you will see that the color of the anhydrous salt become blue due to formation of hydrated salt. The copper sulfate will absorb the 5 water molecule and it will be converted into hydrated salt, and the color will be blue. And few more examples are given here. You can read from this PDF or from your book. Okay, few more examples are given. You have to remember the observation mainly. Now see thermal dissociation reaction. What is thermal dissociation reaction? A simultaneous reversible decomposition reaction brought about only by heat is thermal dissociation reaction. A simultaneous reversible decomposition reaction. Okay, reversible decomposition reaction brought about only by heat is known as thermal dissociation reaction. For example, example of thermal dissociation reaction: on heating nitrogen tetroxide, that is N2O4. N2O4 is nitrogen tetroxide. If you heat nitrogen tetroxide, it will decompose to give nitrogen dioxide, and on cooling nitrogen dioxide changes into original nitrogen tetroxide. So it is an example of thermal dissociation reaction. Now see third type of chemical reaction, displacement reaction. So what is a displacement reaction? It is a chemical change, it is a chemical reaction in which a more reactive element displaces a less active element from its salt solution, okay, from its compound. So in displacement reaction, a more active element displaces a less active element from its salt solution. Example, if you add zinc granules or zinc dust in copper sulfate solution, blue color copper sulfate solution, if you add zinc granules or few piece of zinc in copper sulfate solution, what you will observe? The color of the solution will become colorless due to formation of zinc sulfate. Okay, and you will see that reddish brown particles of copper settle down in the beaker. Okay, in this reaction, as zinc is more reactive than copper, zinc can displace copper from copper sulfate, and you will get ZnSO4. Due to formation of ZnSO4, the color of the solution will become colorless, and you will get reddish brown particles of copper settle down in the beaker. Few more examples are given, you can read from here. Okay, one more example: if you pass chlorine gas through a solution of potassium iodide solution, if you pass chlorine gas Cl2 gas through potassium iodide solution, what you will observe? The colorless potassium iodide solution turns yellow brown due to formation of iodine. Okay, so the observation is colorless solution will become yellow brown due to formation iodine. The reaction is 2Ki plus Cl2 implies 2KCl plus I2. Observation with chemical reaction you have to remember. Okay, now you see here one table is given. Activity series, it is activity or reactivity of element, and this is activity series of metal, and this is activity series of non-metal. Okay, so in this activity series of metal, you can see those metals are given at the top. These are very reactive metals like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. These are very highly reactive metal, and potassium is the most active metals. So reactive element are placed at the top of this reactivity series, and the inert metal are placed at the bottom of this table of this series. Okay, and platinum, silver, gold, platinum, mercury, copper, these metals are less reactive metals, or you can also say noble metal, because their reactivity is very least, and least reactive or active metal is platinum, and most active metal is potassium. And these are moderately reactive metal, that is aluminum, zinc, iron, lead. These are moderately reactive metal, and reactivity of metal decreases from top to bottom. Okay, and now see reactivity series of non-metals. Here one series is given fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. And most reactive among these four non-metals, most reactive non-metal is fluorine and least reactive non-metal is iodine. And reactivity of this non-metal decreases down the group, down the series. And one note is also given. You can see the more reactive element displaces the less reactive element from its salt solution. Most reactive element can displace less reactive element from its salt solution. Okay. Now see double decomposition reaction. This is the last type of reaction. What is a double decomposition reaction? This is a type of chemical reaction or chemical change in which two compounds in a solution react to form two new compounds by mutual exchange of radicals. In double decomposition reaction, two compounds in a solution react to form two new compounds by mutual exchange of radicals. So in double decomposition reaction, there mutual exchange of radicals between two compounds occur. Okay, and double decomposition reactions are also called double displacement reaction. And double decomposition reactions are two types: precipitation reaction and neutralization reactions. So first type of double decomposition reaction is precipitation reaction. So what is a precipitation reaction? A precipitation reaction, first you have to know what is a precipitate. Precipitate is a solid insoluble product that is formed after the reaction. Okay, so precipitation reaction are chemical reaction in which two compound in their aqueous state react to form an insoluble salt. A precipitation reaction is a chemical reaction in which two compounds in their aqueous state react to form an insoluble salt which is precipitated as one of the product is known as precipitation reaction. For example, when barium chloride, aqueous solution of barium chloride BaCl2 reacts with aqueous solution of sodium sulfate, you will get white precipitate due to formation of barium sulfate, solid barium sulfate and sodium chloride in aqueous solution. One more example are given. You can see when silver nitrate solution, aqueous solution of silver nitrate is added to hydrochloric acid solution, you will get white precipitate due to formation of silver chloride and nitric acid in aqueous solution. So these are precipitation reaction. And last type of the double decomposition reaction is neutralization reaction. What is the neutralization reaction? It is mainly reaction between an acid and a base. Okay, so the reaction between an acid and a base, that forms salt and water is known as neutralization reaction. So in neutralization reaction, always salt and water is formed. Salt and water are formed. These are the product of neutralization reaction. For example, when NaOH reacts with HCl, it will form sodium chloride and water. Now, application of neutralization reaction in our day-to-day life. Okay, so as a chemical process, neutralization reaction has many uses. For example, when someone is stung by a bee, formic acid enters the skin and gives pain, which can be relieved by rubbing the spot with slaked lime. Slaked lime is a base, or baking soda, it is also a base, and formic acid is an acid, and formic acid is neutralized by baking soda or slaked lime. One more example, if our stomach gland secrete excess hydrochloric acid, we experience pain, which is relieved by taking milk of magnesia and sodium hydrogen carbonate, because sodium hydrogen carbonate or milk of magnesia are basic in nature, and this milk of magnesia or sodium hydrogen carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid and neutralizes the excess hydrogen chloride in our body. Okay, and thank you students. Again I will discuss in next day.